First and foremost, I give all honor, praise, and glory to our Heavenly Father, Yahweh, also the true love Episai, the King of Kings, royalty himself, Yahweh Shah, Amashiach, also the divine virtue for the one west, fallen kings, come right back at you yet. One other lesson. This is part two. Title's lesson, of course, is These Are Not Women. And of course, the lesson turned to the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, which consists of the so-called African American blacks. Today, the so-called Latinos, the Native American Indians, and I can freeze you in the face, brothers and sisters, that are like every nation under the sun. You won't even have Israelites that like women, this woman here in this picture. So it's not based off the complexion, but rather the heritage of your father, and read the book of Numbers. To you I say shalom. This is part two of These Are Not Women. So like I mentioned before my class got cut off my storage, Slocky on that. I gotta try to get some more storage on this device here. But yeah, majority of you women are not women. You know, the Bible talks about, I believe talks about how the women become cruel in the Book of Lamentations, like an ostrich in the wilderness. Primarily talking about our women, but those characteristics fall on the other nation of women too, because they follow behind Eve. They follow behind Eve, which is the so-called black and Latino woman today, and the Native American Indian woman today. You know, and it's a sad situation because a lot of you women are selfish, self-centered. It's all about you. And that goes into idol worship. When you want a man to sweat you, when you want a man to constantly call you and text you, that's a feminist worship. That goes into Diana, which goes back into ancient Rome. And that same wicked spirit, I'm gonna tell you how serious the spirit is. That same wicked spirit was the same spirit that killed the prophets. That Diana spirit, that woman worship spirit. They asked for the head of the holy prophet John the Baptist. That same spirit is on these women today. That feminist spirit, I'm above a man, I don't need a man. All those are demons. You know, that's a demonic mind state, and a lot of you women are going to experience a spiritual death. I'm gonna read the book of Timothy, and I'm gonna go over a couple of scriptures of a characteristic of a woman, and I'm gonna close it out what a woman should be like. This is 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 12. It says, "But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor serve authority over the man." Like in this picture here, it says, we can do it. That's a feminist mind state. That's the independent woman mind state, which goes into, like I said before, the Diana spirit, which is the Statue of Liberty mimics. That is idolatry. That's idol worship. When you don't want to support your man, when you want him to sweat you, constantly call you, constantly text you. Now, there's nothing wrong with you checking on your wife. You're supposed to love your wife, you know? You know, it tells you about that in the scriptures that we're supposed to love our wife like Christ loved the church. I'm not talking about showing affection towards your wife. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about when you sweating a woman, following behind a woman to the point where this woman is trying to get you to fall off of your course. That's idol worship. That's going off. To the point a man shouldn't have to chase you down to be a wife. A man shouldn't have to chase you down to be his pillow of rest. A man should have to chase you down to be a helpmate. No, you know, but I suffer not a woman to teach, nor serve authority over the man, but to be in silence. So we supposed to implement these scriptures on these women. We're keeping the commandments. That's a commandment, but to be in silence, you know. Now, let's go to the characteristic of a woman. I'm just going to get a couple examples of a characteristic of a woman, because these females today obviously is not a woman. These are not women. These are feminist spirits, I would call them, or tossed up, or whatever you might have you. These are not women. And most of them is the other word, which I can't say on YouTube, because they'll try to ban me. But the scripture talks about a shameless woman should be counted as a dog. What's a female dog? You put two and two together. Come on now. This is the book of Ephesians. Let me see what chapter I'm going to read from. I just got a scripture from Titus chapter 2 verse 3, which is I want to correct myself. So I just got a precept to the lesson I was trying to just go along with this lesson. So like to go along with this lesson, this class. It's not Ephesians. It's actually the book of Titus. Actually, I want to read from. So my apologies on that. It's Titus chapter 2 verse 3, and I'm gonna read it through 5. It says the aged woman. Now, what makes you an aged woman? That's a woman of understanding, a woman of wisdom, like the scripture says. Wisdom is a gray hair to a man. You know, so it tells you about that. Like, you know, it symbolizes a woman of understanding, the aged woman. Likewise, that they be in behavior as becoming holiness, meaning they separate themselves from the world. Because why? They apply in Genesis chapter 3, verse 16. Your desires be that towards your husband, and he should rule over thee. You separate by you cleaving to your husband, you separate yourself from the world. Not false accusers, not giving too much wine, teachers of good things. These are the characteristics of a woman, that they might teach the young women to be sober, to love their husband. You know, because they got to be taught to love their husband. You know, that's that feminist spirit, that caring spirit, like in the book of Proverbs, that virtuous woman, when she give her money to the poor. You know, it tells you about the characteristic of her. Like, she's very feminine. She have a caring, loving spirit. These women today don't have that loving and caring spirit. What they say, I don't need a man, I'm straight. Like, that's their mind state. And those spirits are not going to inherit the kingdom. Unfortunately, they're going to die a spiritual death. They're going to die here in Babylon. And we won't see those spirits no more.